and welcome to Ask Bonnie. This is what we do every week on Web Waste, where I pick a topic and I answer all your questions on that topic that seem pretty important at the time. And you learn a lot, so you can thank me later. And hopefully this will be something that you check back every week on Web Waste. So let's go ahead and get into the topic. This week it's on how to be a cowboy. That's why I'm wearing this stupid hat. So let's get into the first question with Grady from Grapevine, Texas. And he asks, what's the first step in becoming a cowboy? Well, you would think it'd be, rodeo tactics or something like that, or at least learning how to ride a horse. And it's not. The first thing you need to know is the look. And that all-encompassing look of a cowboy includes the, cowboy boots, which are very important, possibly with spurs if you want to use that as an accessory. You need some Wrangler jeans or some sort of Levi's that you could get dirty and not worry about. You want a work shirt of some kind. You want the cowboy hat, right? And you also need different accessories like the bolo tie and that sort of thing. And if you're a guy, I highly recommend growing a handlebar mustache, because a lot of the authentic cowboys have that. But if you're a cowgirl, skip the mustache. That's not a good idea. All right, second question is from Jeff in Jefferson City, Missouri. And he asks, what's the most important accessory for a cowboy? Is it a shotgun or a rope? Okay, it's neither. You kind of need the rope to rope things, but it's not really that important. Shotgun you don't need unless you're trying to get people to get off your land. And chances are, if you most of you probably don't own a ranch. So you really don't need a shotgun, and I'd stay away from that. Because you know what? Being a cowboy isn't about violence at all. It's about roaming the open range with your horse. And that is actually the only accessory you really need, is a horse. Because a horse will love you and be your best friend and make you look cool, and that's what you need to be a cowboy. Because you don't want to be like one of those urban cowboys that all they do is line dance and look like John Travolta. You need a horse to be an authentic cowboy. So skip the rope and shotgun, go straight for the horse. All right, so the last question is from Kathy in Calgary, Alberta. And she asks, besides herding cattle, what do you need to know how to do to be a cowboy? Like I said before, roping things is good. You're going to want to rope cattle, rope fence posts, all that stuff to show off. Learn lasso tricks if you can, because it's always a crowd pleaser and people think you really are a cowboy. Another good thing to know how to do is cook. You wouldn't think so, but when you're on those long cattle drives, last thing you want at the end of the day is a can of beans and a fork. So you want to learn how to make biscuits and gravy and all that great stuff, and learn how to cook unusual things, because chances are if you're outside on the open range for a long time, you're going to have to scrounge up some food. So be imaginative. I've heard rattlesnake pie is good. Just a hint. And also, the last thing you might want to do is brush up on your cowboy poetry. Kind of an obscure thing to know, but it's good for all cowboys to recite how they're lonely on the open range, lonely with their horse. Okay, this is going in a wrong direction, but you know what I mean. You want to do some cowboy poetry. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go read some Baxter Black. Know your source. Get to know the cowboy poets, and you'll feel like a cowboy yourself. All right, so that's Ask Bonnie for this week for Web Voice. Go ahead and email me if you have any suggestions, or if you just want to tell me how silly I look in this hat, or if you want me to wear more hats, and we'll see what we could do for you.